Good day everyone, this is your teacher Mama Duko, and for our subject Business Finance, I will be discussing preparation of budgets and projected financial statements. And for our lesson video today, let me give you our learning competency. Illustrate the formula and format for the preparation of budgets and projected financial statement. Since this topic is quite long, so I'm going to divide it into parts for easy understanding. Before we will proceed to our lesson, let me give you first this sheet work. Preparing sales budget and production budget. The sales department of S. Miller Manufacturing Company has forecast sales for its single product to be 20,000 units for the month of June, with 3/4 of the sales expected in the East region and 1/4 in the West region. The budgeted selling price is 25 pesos per unit. The desired ending inventory on June 30 is 2,000 units, and the expected beginning inventory of June 1 is 3,000 units. Prepare the following: a sales budget for June, a production budget for June. And at the end of our lesson video, we are going to answer this problem. Financial planning is a continuous process of directing and allocating financial resources to meet strategic goals and objectives of a company. The output from financing planning takes the form of budgets. And what is budget? Budget is a written financial plan of a business for a specific period of time expressed in monetary value. Example, in peso or in dollars. Planning the financial operations of a business is called budgeting. Each area of a business operations typically has a separate budget. Like example, the sales budget from the marketing department, or cash budgets from the operations department or productions. The widely used form of budgets is the pro forma or budgeted financial statements. And the foundations for budgeted financial statements is the detailed budgets. Example of detailed budgets are the sales forecast, production forecast, and other estimates in support of the financial plan. Collectively, all of these budgets are referred to as the master budget. The master budget is the comprehensive financial plan for the organization as a whole. The master budget is for a 1-year period corresponding to the fiscal year of the company. A master budget can be divided into operating and financial budgets. Operating budgets describes the income generating activities of the company, like example, the sales, productions, and finished goods inventories. And the ultimate outcome of the operating budget is a pro forma or budgeted income statements. And then the other budget is the financial budgets. It details the inflows and outflows of cash and the overall financial position of a company. So the planned cash inflows and outflows appear in the cash budget. The expected financial position at the end of the budget period is shown as a budgeted or pro forma balance sheet. Think about this. Which of the two, operating or financial budget, is preferred first? The answer, The operating budget is preferred first since many of the financing activities are not known until the operating budgets are known. Let's proceed to the preparation of the operating budgets. The operating budgets consist of a budgeted income statements accompanied by the following supporting schedules: the sales budget, the production budget, direct materials purchases budget, the direct labor budget, overhead budget, selling and administrative expense budget, ending finished goods inventory budget, and the cost of goods sold budget. The first schedule that we are going to prepare for the operating budget is the sales budget. The sales budget is the projection approved by the budget committee that describes expected sales in units and in monetary values. Because the sales budget is the basis for all the other operating budgets and most of the financial budgets, the sales budget schedule is prepared first and should be accurate as possible. The first step in creating a sales budget is to develop the sales forecast done by the marketing department. And one approach to forecasting sales is the bottom-up approach, in which the individual salespeople are required to submit sales prediction. And to prepare the sales budget, we can use this following formula: projected sales multiplied by the selling price per unit, and we will obtain the budgeted sales revenue. Let me show you an example for a sales budget schedule for Tribal King Co. The Schedule 1 illustrates the sales budget for Tribal King's standard t-shirt line, assuming that Tribal King has only one product, a standard short-sleeve t-shirt with the Tribal King logo screen printed on the back. The selling price for each shirt is 10 pesos. So we can see from the sales budget, from the schedule, the heading of the schedule. So Schedule 1, and then the name of the company, and then the budget, the title of the budget, sales budget, and the date of the sales budget for the year ended December 31, 2010. And then the year is divided into 4 quarters. And then the expected sales in units for quarter 1 is 1,000 units. For quarter 2, 1,200 units. And then for quarter 3, 1,500 units. And for quarter 4, 2,000 units. So the expected sales in units, or the forecasted sales in units for the whole year, is 5,700 units. And then multiply by the selling price for each shirt. So 10 pesos multiplied by 10 pesos. So the budgeted sales for the quarter 1 amounted to 10,000 pesos. For quarter 2, 12,000 pesos. For quarter 3, 15,000 pesos. And for the fourth quarter, 20,000 pesos. So for the whole year, the budgeted sales, the total budgeted sales amounted to 57,000 pesos, So this is how to prepare sales budget. Let us proceed in preparation of production budget. The production budget describes how many units must be produced in order to meet sales needs and satisfying ending inventory requirements. And to compute production budget, we have this following formula. budgeted sales in units. So we obtain it from the schedule 1, the sales budget, and then add the desired ending inventory of finished good. So we obtain the total needs of the production, and then we deduct or less the beginning inventory of finished goods, and then we have the units to be produced. And remember, students, that inventories are used as a buffer against uncertainties in demand or production. We will use the Tribal King as our illustration, and from the schedule 1 we learned that the forecasted sales in units for quarter 1 to quarter 4 are as follows. So for quarter 1, the forecasted sales in units is 1,000 units. For quarter 2, 1,200 units. And for quarter 3, 1,500 units. And for quarter 4, 2,000 units. So the total forecasted units for the whole year is 5,700 units. And also we are given this additional information so that we can be able to prepare our production budget. So the Tribal King would like to have a 20% ending inventory at the end of each quarter. And then the beginning inventory at the start of the quarter 1 amounts to 180 units. So how many units should Tribal King produce in order to fulfill the expected sales of the company? So from the sales budget, we learned that the expected sales amounts to 57,000 pesos for the whole year. We will prepare the schedule 2, which is the production budget of Tribal King. And students, don't forget to write the heading of the schedule for proper identification. And also in the preparation for the production budget, we will use the formula budgeted sales in unit. Okay, so we get it from the schedule 1. Then add the desired ending inventory. And then to determine the total needs. And then less the beginning inventory. And the units to be produced will be obtained. And from our schedule 1, the sales budget, we learned that the year has been divided into 4 quarters. Quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, and quarter 4. And from our sales schedule, we know that in quarter 1, we have 1,000 units. In quarter 2, we have 1,200 units. In quarter 3, we have 1,500 units. And in the quarter 4, we have 2,000 sales units. And then also the problem states that the Tribal King would like to have a 20% ending inventory at the end of each quarter. So to determine the ending inventory, so we are going to use the sales units from the second quarter as our desired ending inventory. And then we multiply it by 20%. So the desired ending inventory for quarter 1 is 240 units. And in the second quarter, we're going to use the sales units of 1,500 units as our desired ending inventory for quarter 2, and then multiply it also by 20%. So we have 300 units as our desired ending inventory for the second quarter. And then we go to quarter 3. So our desired ending inventory is 2,000 units multiplied by 20%. So we have 400 units as our desired ending inventory. And then for the fourth quarter, so we will use the 1,000 units from quarter 1 as our desired ending inventory and multiply it by 20%. So we have 200 units as our desired ending inventory. And then the next things we need to do is to add the sales and the desired ending inventory to determine the total needs. Okay, so from quarter 1, so we have 1,240 units. And then in quarter 2, 1,200 plus 300 units. So we have 1,500 units, the total needs of the production. And then in quarter 3, we have 1,900 units. And in the fourth quarter, we have 2,200 units. And then from the total needs, we deduct the beginning inventory. And the problem states that the tribal king has a beginning inventory at the start of the quarter 1, which amount to 180 units. And then we deduct it to the total needs. So 1,240 less beginning inventory of 180 units. So we have 1,060 units as units to be produced for quarter 1. Okay, then for quarter 2, 1,500, we deduct the 240. So the ending inventory will be the beginning inventory for the next period. So the ending inventory of quarter 1 becomes the beginning inventory for quarter 2. Okay, so 1,500 less 240. So the units to be produced is 1,260 units. And in the third quarter, 1,900 less the 300 units from the quarter 2. So the units to be produced is 1,600 units. And in the fourth quarter, 2,200 less the 400 units from the quarter 3. And then the units to be produced is 1,800 units. To fulfill the expected sales of the company, which amounts to 57,000 pesos as the forecasted sales budget, the units to be produced for the whole year for quarter 1, 1,060 units. For quarter 2, 1,260 units. For quarter 3, 1,600 units. And for the last quarter, quarter 4, 1,800 units. So this is how to prepare the production budget. Let us answer the set work. The problem is asking for the preparation of the sales budget and the production budget of S. Miller Manufacturing for the month of June. Okay, so this is the sales budget and the production budget of the S. Miller Co. So try to look and observe our budgets, our schedules. Okay, so we go to the schedule 1. Okay, so as we can see here, the total units had been divided into 2. So coming from the East region and the West region. So the given states that 3/4 of the sales expected in the East region. So how did I obtain the 15,000 units? So from the 20,000 units of total units, so I multiplied it by 3/4 or 3/4. Okay, so 15,000 multiplied by 3 quarters, so 15,000 units. So this sales unit is coming from the East region. And then the West region, 1/4 of 20,000. So the sales units forecasted for the West region is 5,000 units. And then multiply the selling price in order to obtain the budgeted sales. So 15,000 multiplied by 25 pesos. So the budgeted sales for the East region is 375,000 pesos. And for the West region, 5,000 units multiplied by 25 pesos. So the budgeted sales for West region is 125,000. And then the total units, okay, so 20,000 units multiplied by 25 pesos. So the total units, or the total budgeted sales for the S. Miller Co. sales budget is 500,000 pesos for the month of June. And now we go to the schedule 2 of S. Miller Co., which is the production budget. Okay, so still the budgeted sales is divided into East region and West region. Okay, so the budgeted sales from our schedule 1 for S region is 15,000, and for the West region is 5,000. And then to obtain the desired ending inventory, so the problem states that the expected the desired ending inventory on June is 2,000 units. So 2,000 units multiplied by 3 quarters for the S region, and 2,000 units multiplied by 1/4 for the West region. So the desired ending inventory for S region is 1,500, and for the West region is 500 units. And then the total desired ending inventory is 2,000 units. And then add the sales, the budgeted sales and the desired ending inventory to obtain the total needs. Okay, so for the S region, 15,000 plus the 1,500 desired ending inventory. So the total needs for S region is 16,500 units. And for the West region, the budgeted sales is 5,000 units. Add the desired ending inventory of 500 units. So the total needs for West region is 5,500 units. And then for the total units, so 20,000 units plus 2,000 units, so we have 22,000 units. So we can see that it is total or balance. And then we list the beginning inventory. So the problem states that the expected beginning inventory of June 1 is 3,000 units. And still, we will multiply the 3,000 units by 3 quarters for the S region, and for the West region, 3,000 units multiplied by 1/4. So the beginning inventory for S region is 2,250. It means 3/4 of the 3,000, and then for the West region, 1/4 of the 3,000 is 750. And then the units to be produced for the S region, okay, so 16,500 less the beginning inventory of 2,250. So the units to be produced for the S region is 14,250. And for the West region, the total needs is 5,500 less the beginning inventory of 750. So the units to be produced is 4,750. And then we go to the total. Okay, so the total needs of the S. Miller Manufacturing, 22,000, less the beginning inventory of 3,000. So the units to be produced total is 19,000 units. So I hope you understand our lesson for today, and thank you for watching this video. And I would like to invite you, dear students, to watch our YouTube channel Bright Minds. We have a lot of tutorial videos there, and I assure you that it will help you a lot in your studies. Good day and God bless.